Good day and welcome to another exciting episode of the ObiDatti Family Program. Alright, so this is a program for boys and girls, men and women of all ages who support the candidacy of Mr. Peter Obi and Yusuf Datti for President and Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria come 2023 at the general elections. Alright, so we are gathering our momentum, gathering people, gathering family members from every side of Nigeria, even those abroad. Alright, let's come together and form a very strong force moving forward to support the candidacy of Mr. Peter Obi and Yusuf Datti. Alright, you're welcome once again to the program. My name is P. Catch, and with me in the studio I have other co-hosts in the studio, like your usual people that you already know. We have Diaspora right here.
Hello.
Okay. Alright, and we have Pearl. Hello, Pearl. And we have Mr. Wisdom Uzoma.
Yeah, good to see you guys again.
Yeah, Wisdom Z.
Yeah.
Alright, we also have Joy in the studio.
Hello.
Joy, you're looking very beautiful and obedient.
Very obedient.
Yes. Okay, so
when you're obedient, you'll be useful.
Okay.
Thank you.
I like that. All right, guys. It's good to be obedient, by the way. So we have a lot of interesting things that have popped up recently. Okay, so many interesting things, and we're going to get to that very, very soon. The first story, I think, Diaspora is going to give us the first story for today.
Mr. Peter Obi, in the course of his consultations, has met with a lot of people within and outside the country. Recently, over the weekend, we've seen that he has been in a lot of countries. He has been in a lot of places talking to Nigerians in the diaspora. He has been to Italy, where he attended the ordination of Cardinal Peter, and then he was in the US, and then he was in Canada very recently. In the course of his travels, he has explained to Nigerians why it is necessary, or he has told Nigerians in the diaspora what he would do to help to improve the economy and the overall well-being of the country. We're going to see a video where he explained and said in detail the things he would do if and when he becomes president.
So you must vote first. It is critical, it's important. If diaspora can vote, what is wrong with Nigeria? Every other country, every other small country do that. So why will our own be different? Somebody asked about the issue of education. The greatest investment any nation, any country can do, the greatest investment any nation can do is education. The more educated you are, the better your development and your economy. When I was governor, everybody comes to you and say, hey, look at the capital, Oka. Look at this. Peter, do you know you can do this? Peter, even the way place you live, your office, it doesn't look like governor's mansion. Let me assure you, I've said it before, let's leave the issue of election. I'll assure you that what we are doing, the movement we are doing today, those who are in charge of election in Nigeria will have no alternative than to do the right thing.
In the video, we have seen that Mr. Peter Obi spoke about how necessary it is for Nigerians in diaspora to be able to vote. although we understand that this, if we want to go into all of that right now, is going to be a whole other thing. But he there was telling us that, was telling the diasporans and everybody that cared to listen, that it is necessary for Nigerians who are not in the country to be able to vote, because these people are in working, they're in functioning economies, they're in places that things are moving well. So they understand what we need. So he was just out there telling them that it is important, their votes are as important as our votes are. He also, in the course of his speeches too, he also spoke about how necessary it is for leaders to be accountable. He also spoke about how if leaders are accountable enough, then corruption will be reduced by 70%. So the remaining 30% is out for every other person who is supposed to bear responsibility and also be accountable to also try to curb the corruption. Joy, what do you have to say about that?
Okay, for me, I think that is 100% right. Talking about the vote. Other cities in Nigeria, cities in other countries, I see nothing stopping them not to vote. Exactly. Definitely nothing. So on my own part, I would say that distance is not a barrier. Wherever you are, wherever you find yourself, just vote. Vote. That's it.
Okay.
Yes, the diaspora voting is something that a lot of people have spoken about it. INEC on their own wants the diaspora voting to take place, but it must be constitutional. It must be there in the constitution. So it is left for the National Assembly. The INEC chairman, Mahmoud Yakub, told the National Assembly to ensure that it was included in the Electoral Act, the last Electoral Act, but it wasn't done. But we hope that going forward, it will be done so that every Nigerian, yes, irrespective of where you are, can comfortably vote. Like Peter Obi rightly said, Kenya does that. They started, but there are a lot of other countries, a lot of other countries that started way back. Wherever you are, as long as you're a citizen of that country, you can comfortably vote. So it's going to be a very good one when we begin that. He has said, what Peter Obi said here is that once he becomes the president, that he must ensure that that is going to be done. So it's a good one.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's going to be very interesting and inclusive. You can only see from the video, the number of people that were there to listen to Peter Obi.
Yes.
You can see the amount of the popularity that he has, even outside Nigeria. And you can imagine if those people outside Nigeria participated in the voting. It's going to go a long way in deciding our leaders. Okay. So I think it's a welcome development if only our leaders in the National Assembly will do the right thing.
Yes.
And
pass it into it becomes a law. It becomes part of the constitution.
Exactly.
Once you are outside Nigeria, you can comfortably vote.
Somebody suggested that everybody has a passport.
Yes.
Every Nigerian abroad has a passport. So if you can use your passport, like it could be your PVC. Okay, you can replace the PVC. So you can use that as the what will make you eligible to vote.
Yes.
Okay, so they should find ways to make that thing happen because we really need it. Really need it.
In that video also he talked about they talked about corruption, right? He talked about corruption being if we have the right kind of leader, that 70% of the corruption will go. Because when you have a contract, for instance, if you have a contract probably to construct a road or a hospital, you have the leader, probably the governor or the president, putting in his own. He brings the contractor and he puts in 10 million. The contractor says, yes, I will use 5 million to do this thing. And the president or the governor puts 5 million. That every other person will begin to add their own. The permanent secretary, the minister or the commissioner, depending on, members of the House of Assembly or the National Assembly that place is their primary, will also want to, put their own. So wherever place you hear corruption, the leaders are part of the corruption. That's what he was trying to say. So it's necessary we have the right kind of leaders.
Yes.
Yeah, during this election.
He also talked about cutting the cost of governance.
Yes.
Yes, because we see that this bogus amount of money is being spent on frivolities. Okay, when we saw the budget, national budget in Nigeria, you will see different things that you see billions of naira allocated to things like tissue paper, furniture, and all of that. Unnecessary things. You know, and then just the National Assembly alone, if you tell you the amount of money that is being spent on the National Assembly yearly, annually, it's outrageous. So these are the things that needs to be cut down, okay, so that this money can go down to the citizens and circulate among the people and, you know, enrich the lives of the people generally and also boost our economy. Okay, so there is need, and Peter Obi is the only person that has been proven to be able to achieve this. The case study is what he did in Anambra State.
In Anambra State, we saw it. We saw the number of cars, the retinue of vehicles that we see other governors go with. He reduced his own to 3, 4 sometimes. You know, but here we see these days we see people, so governors in different states. You see 10, 11, 12 convoys. You know, and that's how you fuel all of them. You take care of all of them, all those vehicles. What will you be doing with all those?
Basically, he was really all about leadership. He said more than once that it is important for us to get it right from the leadership. Like what he said about the corruption thing being cut by 70%. If corruption is cut by 70%, I'm not saying that there has to be corruption somewhere, but if corruption is cut by 70% at the leadership, then we almost do not have so much to worry about down here. As much as we all have our roles to play, but I feel like if the leaders do their part is obviously the majority. So if they do their part, then we do not have so much to worry about anymore.
And he also talked about education. You know, schools are on strike now. If the nation, let's say 90% of Nigerian citizens are educated, you see that criminality will be the thing of the past. And because of this ASU strike, you see so many things happening. What's it called? Criminal cases has been on a very high. The rate of criminality in the nation is very alarming. Now, if had there been schools are not on strike, that's one, and 90% of Nigerians are educated, you see that most people will be thinking of what to do to move the nation forward, what to do, ideas of how they'll bring food on the table, bring money, expand their business, but no. So what he's saying is that if he becomes the president of Nigeria tomorrow, he will make sure of that. Like he said, go to Anambra State and make inquiry. I'm a proud Anambrian, so I can attest to what he's saying. All the schools in Anambra State, he made sure that all the schools are well equipped. So for him to do that in Anambra State, he will do that in the national level.
He actually did a lot in education in Anambra State, because I recall the Anambra State University we have today, he was the one that built the Ibaram campus. You know, he built the Ibaram campus. He bought over 1 million computers that he shared to every school in Anambra State.
And school buses.
Not just government schools, private schools, mission schools participated. She talked about school buses, which he collected, he bought from Innocent. In fact, Innocent came out to say that it was Peter Obi that encouraged him when he started the manufacturing of cars, because he paid him upfront, paid him for over 200 buses he bought from him, which he shared to schools. Now, the schools were not just government-owned schools, mission schools, private schools, you know, benefited during that period. So in education, we know he's going to do awesome. The teaching hospital of Anambra State, from Anambra State University, he built it as well. He built it as well. So for education, I know Peter Obi is going to do a lot.
He is quite passionate about education, and the truth about education is that when people are properly educated, criminality will reduce. Okay, we see the height of criminality and terrorism and banditry that is going on in the north, and when you check true statistics, you find out that they are the less educated part of Nigeria.
Yes.
And that is why you see an educated person, someone that has gone through school, gone through university, you hardly find that person going to the bushes to terrorize people.
Yes.
You understand? So when people are properly educated, it will definitely reduce criminality. And that is why Peter Obi keeps hammering on education. Every time you see him talk, he always talks about education. And this is one man, like I said before, that has a track record. He has done this in Anambra State. So we know that when he says he's going to do it in the national level, that he's speaking the truth. He's passionate about education. He's passionate about the economy. He's passionate about cutting cost of governance. He spoke in the video about the office of the First Lady, which is exalted in so many states in Nigeria. All right, everybody knows that the First Lady has her position, she has her office, she has her entourage, her assistants, everything. Just like the governor or deputy governor, the First Lady has that. In fact, in some states, the First Lady can even sign contracts and give contracts and give employment to people. You know, so this is unnecessary waste. Okay, that Peter Obi now has promised to come to curb. All right, we'll quickly take the next story. I think, Mr. Wisdom, you have the next story.
What we intend to talk about right now, it's the 1 million march. You know, due to the fact that people have seen that Peter Obi is doing absolutely well, he has done very well, and he is going to be the president of Nigeria come 2023. People are believing that. I am believing that, and I believe you also believe that. People are coming out from various parts of across the country to support him, to show solidarity for him, and that's why we had the 1 million march over the weekend in Portharcourt, and also the 2 million march in Onitsha. We're going to look at the video right now so that you can see how the mammoth crowd, you know, that were there on these days. Let's have the video.
This is Regina Passy School owned by Catholic Church. This is Obi of Onitsha Palace. This is Oka Road. This is from Regina Passy School down to DMGS roundabout. Is completely locked up. Onitsha is shut down. Completely shut down. Onitsha is completely shut down. Onitsha is completely shut down. Complete shut down. Complete shut down. He don't show. He don't show. Complete shutdown. On the road, completely shut down. We are on our way to the stadium, the stopping place now. More than 4 or 5 groups are already on the stadium. The stadium is full. It cannot contain us again. The whole road is shut down. The stadium is already full. But more groups are coming down from DMGS. It is a shutdown. Onitsha is completely shut down. See, the stadium is already full. The stadium is already closed up. Everywhere is shut down. Oka Road is shut. The whole of Onitsha is shut down. See, Onitsha is so shut down. It's a complete shutdown. He don't show. He don't show. The stadium is already full. Oh. He cannot even contain us again. The stadium is already full. Only 2 rally groups don't fill the stadium. But we have more than 6 to 7 rally groups still coming up from DMGS. Do you understand? Onitsha, we know the joke. We know the joke. Obi.
It was really an interesting weekend. Really an interesting weekend in Portharcourt and in Onitsha. Pikach. I mean, you saw the mammoth crowd in the two areas.
Yes.
Onitsha was specifically 2 million, while Port Harcourt was 1 million. Yeah. You saw a lot of Nigerian Nollywood actors and actresses. They were there, especially in Port Harcourt. You know, showing solidarity for Peter and Yusuf. This
is.
I mean, what do you think about this?
This is what we are talking about. Okay, when we talk about rallies, mega rallies that are not motivated by 1 naira or 2 naira.
Like you were saying, they give shishi.
No, we don't give shishi. This is the people. For the first time, the Nigerian youth have hope again. We wake up with hope for this country. All right, and then everybody's doing this from the heart of patriotism. Like this is what the sacrifice they have to make. People have other things that they have to do on that day, but they decided to come out, okay, to prove to the world that this is the man for the moment. This is the man that we want. All right, so I was just saying that this particular one that happened on Onitsha, I know the place very well. It's a road that is very busy. In fact, it's a major road that you have traffic on daily basis. Traffic on that road on daily basis. Okay, it leads to the Onitsha main market. So you see the way people blocked the whole road, and obviously there was no vehicular movement on that day. It's a movement on its own. All right.
And actually, what I saw it's actually a clown call. Are you getting it? Because you can see the force upon the people. As in, they were like, we are going out and nothing is stopping us. That's solidarity within them. They are going out and nothing is stopping them. That was what I saw that day. And concerning the Port Harcourt 1 million march, that was another great movement. You need to see the people, the way they were marching out. Like they were all echoing, they were ready for anything. Despite the fact that some persons were talking about security, it was nothing. They had nothing. Like they don't even care about security. They don't care about anything. Their mind is that let's just go there and do this thing.
Some people talked about. They said it's a social media thing. Do you still think it's a social media thing?
This one is more than social media. It is far way more than social media. Exactly. And apart from itself, let me advise young ladies, bachelor spinsters.
Exactly.
If you are looking for a spouse, men, Oka is getting ready for their own. Come out and mass.
What do you mean? How do you mean? If you're looking for a spouse, what happened?
In Onitsha 2 million match, someone proposed.
Someone proposed. Yes. That's right. That's the wave, the beauty about ObiDatti. I actually heard, I don't know how true it is, that one of the CNN newscasters had to give her son. She was just delivered of a baby boy, and she gave her son the name Peter Obi. Actually, so that's so that's to show you that this pair, Peter Obi and Datti, they are really going to make Nigeria proud.
This reminds me of the Barack Obama movement in America. When Barack Obama was coming out for president, and the way the first black man to come out for president of America, and the way people were rooting for him, and just like you said, people are naming their children Barack Obama. So I see that happening again with Mr. Peter Obi in Nigeria, and I'm just so glad, I'm so happy to be alive and to be living in this moment and witnessing this revolution that is happening in our country at this time.
All right.
I think I have the next story.
Yes,
and it's talking about revolution that is happening. There is one man that is oblivious, or he just chose to be ignorant about what is going on in the nation, Nigeria, and that is the governor of Kaduna State, Mr. Nasir El Rufai. All right, so a couple of weeks ago, he came out to mock the OBIDIENT Movement in Kaduna State. I'm going to read out a tweet which he made on Twitter. He said, in Kaduna, not Kaduna, Twitter, I hope you get 200 persons on the street, including those imports that can't open their shops on Mondays and came on overnight bus last night. I just they laugh. Wallahi talai. This is embarrassing.
Just imagine.
To say the least. This is beyond embarrassing that a governor will sit down and make a tweet and mock not just the Obidient Movement, but the people of the Southeast. Mocking them and saying that those imports that can't open their shops on Mondays. It's so sad and embarrassing.
He was being unnecessarily petty. It was unnecessary. I mean, as a governor, if you don't have respect for yourself or for the people, you should be embarrassed about the fact that if you put out this kind of thing, how will people look at you? Will people take you serious anymore? You would carry your phone, and then did you see the number of laughing emojis he used there? It's embarrassing. You don't do this kind of things.
I was even expecting that even if you want to say something, I was expecting that he would just sit back and do his thing. If you're not voting for whoever, just do your thing, vote quietly for you. When you are a governor, put that prestige upon yourself. What is wrong with him? I was expecting great from him, man. That was a very classless thing. Seriously.
And the thing is that in our Nigerian constitution, everybody has right to religion, right to associate, right to anything. Now, we just watched the Portharcourt 1 million march. And the governor of that state is from APC, right?
From PDP.
From PDP, sorry. Now, why didn't you just come on his tweet and
start saying nonsense?
Like the 1 million march is not going to hold. If Rufai cannot educate the people of Kaduna of how to vote for APC instead of Labour Party, if you cannot prove what APC will give to his people, why stopping the citizens of Kaduna State to show and to enjoy their fundamental rights by coming out en masse to do the 1 million march? Why is he scared? What is he trying to avoid?
What I think is very interesting about this is the fact that he didn't even let them come out. He said they will not get up to 200 people. Allow us to come and see.
Let us know if 200 people come and even it's more than 200.
He didn't even let it go there. He didn't even let it.
I think it's terrible coming from a man like Rufai, a first-class graduate of quantity surveying from the popular Ahmadu Bello University.
He has nothing to show for it.
He actually showed us that the state, Kaduna State, is not properly governed because the police had to tell them not to come out because of insecurity reasons. And you know that the primary responsibility of a leader, a governor or the president is to govern, to secure his people.
Yes.
So you're now telling us that because of security reasons, we cannot have this rally. All right? That they can't have this rally. That shows that you are not doing your job as a governor.
You should be ashamed of himself.
You understand? He's not doing it properly. Now, if you think you're doing well, you should be free and plain and open and allow people to come and do their rally.
But the
truth is, the campaign has not started officially. And when the campaign starts, he cannot keep Peter Obi from campaigning. Don't forget that Yusuf Datti was a senator representing Kaduna North.
Yes.
Definitely, he has a lot of people from Kaduna that are going to support him. So when the time comes, he won't have a choice.
Yes.
So the police said, yes, we cannot do this now. We can't do this now because of insecurity reasons. Okay, because of security reasons. When campaign starts officially, of course, nobody will stop them from doing their campaigns.
Yeah, I think we have a caller on the line. Please, sir, can you introduce yourself? What is your name, please?
Okay, my name is Amanze.
Okay, Mr. Amanze, you're welcome to the ObiDatti Family Program on Vico TV. All right, so yes, we have been discussing. Yeah, you're welcome. So we have been discussing the 1 million and 2 million marches that has been going on in several states of Nigeria, and the recent one is the one that happened in Onitsha and Portharcourt. But just before you called, we were talking about Kaduna State, and we found out that the 1 million march that that was supposed to hold in Kaduna State was truncated by the state governor in the person of Mr. Nasir Rufai. And he said that it was because of security reasons, and he flooded the streets with policemen. So the Obedient Movement couldn't have their rally on that day. And we just think it's so sad that a governor will go this length to try to discredit a particular candidate. I don't know, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, once again, thank you for having me on your program. I'm a lover of fairness, equity, and good conscience. ObiDatti is a project for Nigeria, if you can see from that perspective. Not just the two gentlemen that are used as the arrowhead. That's why you see the kind of massive movement. People like you setting up a TV or show to promote that. And many millions of other people in Nigeria using their, especially the young folk. It's a good thing to happen. I think it's a revolution. Now let me go to what you just asked. Rufai cannot stop Peter Obi's movement because it's not only a spiritual movement.
Yes, I agree with you.
There is no way any human being can stop it.
Exactly.
Because the good Lord has ordained it.
Exactly.
That Peter Obi will be. And let me also say this. Rufai is a man with small mind. And he has demonstrated that all over.
Too many times.
If the police in the state to deter Peter Obi's 1 million or 2 million march, why did he not use it to stop the Boko Haram, the ISWAP, and all that, ravaging the state?
That's it.
Yesterday, Stanley was on TV and was speaking that half of Kaduna have been taken over. He short, he made mention that Rufai himself wrote a letter to the president, telling the president that they are running parallel government. What does that tell you and I? We are saying.
Exactly.
You know, I'm an Igbo man and I love parables. There is an Igbo adage that says, "I need Shafi matter."
At all.
You cannot cover a pregnancy with your hand. So Peter Obi is just the arrowhead God is using. The spirit of Peterism, if I call it that way, or Obiism, it's so infectious that nobody can stop it. And let me also go to Portharcourt and Onitsha.
Yeah.
The big march is yet to be witnessed in those areas.
This is just the beginning.
Yeah.
And I can also tell you that it's a wildfire that will engulf the entire Nigeria.
Yes, indeed.
I reside in Lagos, and I know every average young man, every educated human being is seeing Peter Obi. I mean, we can't mention all of them. I'm sure you know Obasanjo's body language, where he's speaking to. But the judge have come out unequivocally to say it. Their foreign leader have also said it.
Okay.
The Pandef, as well as Middle Belt and Southeast, have also spoken. The truth is, and it is so glaring, Obi has action already.
I must say. All right. We hope that that is going to happen. It's our prayer, but that will not be done if everybody doesn't contribute their own quota. I don't know how is it in Lagos? What are people saying? You said you're in Lagos State. What are the youth saying? What are the people saying?
Oh no, it's massive.
Yeah, because we have another candidate. We have another candidate in Lagos from another party who a lot of people believe that Lagos State is a stronghold. So do you think Peter Obi and Datti that they are going to get Ghana votes from Lagos State?
Now let me also tell you this. Lagosians, the real owners of Lagos, and we're talking about the Saleko and all that.
Okay.
Where Bodijon comes from.
Okay.
They are all tired of status quo.
Yeah.
The man who has been holding them to ransom all these years. Mathematically, when you look at it, PDP is coming up with their own candidate.
Yes.
Jandon, they call him, with Akindele as his vice. And of course, Salvador has just won under LP.
Yeah.
You know the way Nigerians will vote. When you're voting for the president, everybody under his purview will be voted for.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's true.
That is the pattern. That is the pattern. All that we are expecting from this gentleman, Salvador, is to make some good noise.
Okay.
And let me also tell you that in Lagos State, the population of non-indigenous is almost half the indigenous.
The indigenous, okay.
And I want to wonder how many of the non-indigenous are looking for the status quo. APC, nobody.
Okay.
Nobody.
All right.
And then again, when you look at it again,
yeah,
the entire Southwest is also divided. I'm sure you are aware.
Yes, yes.
It has never been like this before in the Southwest.
It's true.
So what is happening is that they are panicking. You see, Rufai just told you that they are shocked, their bone marrows, and there is nothing else they can do but to behave like babies. That wear pampers and cry all day. And they will end up as crying babies.
All right, Amaze. Okay, we're going to cut you here. We want to thank you so much for being on our show today. We hope to see you some other time. All right.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. See you some other time.
Thanks for having me. God bless you.
You're welcome. God bless you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a nice take.
Yes.
Quite impressive take and holistic in his approach. Yeah, very rich. Yeah. Yeah, it's a movement and nobody can stop it. Like he said, it has become spiritual. It's beyond the physical, nobody has to be forced or, giving everything coerced. Yeah, that's the word. Nobody has to be coerced to do anything. We are doing it out of our own volition and for the sake of our dear nation, Nigeria. All right, so this is where we're going to call it a wrap on today's episode of the program. We hope that you had fun watching the program and you learned a thing or two. All right, so we're going to implore you now to, as you've seen this video, share this video to your friends, your family, okay? And you also get to comment on the topics that have been raised today on today's episode, on the 1 million march, on the Kaduna incident, and on Peter Obi's trips abroad. You get to comment. Please, we want to see your comments, all right, on the comment session. All right, so if you haven't followed the ObiDatti Family Group on Facebook, please go and do so right now and let us grow this family to a very big family, to become a very big family that can win elections. All right, thank you very much. I'm signing out from the studio today, and my co-hosts in the studio. You have any last words? Let's
just be ready to, do the right thing. We know what the right thing is. Let's just get ready and not sleep on anything. Let's just be out there spreading the gospel as usual, and then getting ready to, vote.
Thank you, Darius. Joy?
Exactly, like what Darius said. Let's just be ready. Be ready. Make up your mind. Just come out. Stop hiding under your chair. Stop hiding your chair. Just pull out. Be ready.
All right. Mr. Wiz.
Yeah, Nigeria belongs to you, belongs to all of us. Do your own now so that you won't blame anybody. Go get your PVC. Go get it. Be ready. All that registered, go get it. By October, we will begin to collect our PVC. Go get it and be ready to vote.
All right, Pearl.
Yeah, thank you for this. There is this adage that said, what you celebrate, you attract. So join this movement. It's for the betterment of our generation and the future generation to come. Thank you.
All right, thank you for watching this episode of the program. Till we come your way again sometime very soon. Have a lovely, lovely day. Bye for now.